Thank you for joining us tonight. The Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development says it's making progress when it comes to meeting unemployment requests.
Our Adam Duxter spoke with the Secretary of Workforce Development, Caleb Frostman, this evening and joins us live with his message. Adam?
Well, Eric and Charlotte, Secretary Frostman says he wants to make one thing clear. If you qualify for unemployment and you apply for it, you will get it. DWD Secretary Caleb Frostman says the last few weeks have been hectic, to say the least.
So know that we have hundreds of employees working overtime to process paperwork, to get back to folks, to expand our capacity to answer calls, to make calls.
Frostman says at the peak of the unemployment requests, employees were getting up to 160 calls per second.
It's a challenge the likes of which our generation hasn't seen, and so yeah, it's a tough spot for a lot of Wisconsin to be.
But since then, Frostman says the DWD has recruited hundreds of new employees and has gotten help from state lawmakers who repealed the mandatory one-week waiting period. He says since then, the state has paid out more than $30 and $40 million. Now, the speed in which you can get unemployment pay just depends on your eligibility.
Some folks have zero questions and they fly right through, and there are other claimants that could have as many as 6 or 7 eligibility questions. And so our adjudicators are working overtime to sift through those.
He says just this past week, hundreds of thousands of Wisconsinites received their payment. And as incoming calls decrease, he says staff is moving through requests as fast as they can.
You know, we'd love to make sure that folks get their dollars sooner rather than later. Folks will get what, you know, all the money that's coming to them, just not as soon as we'd like to get it out.
Now, Secretary Frostman says since the DWD made improvements to its IT system a couple of weeks ago, they haven't had a single crash. Again, he says as long as you apply and you are eligible, you will get your unemployment check.